Dexter Resurrection is racing toward its season finale, and fans are buzzing like mosquitoes in a Florida swamp. Our favourite vigilante serial killer has been busy trimming down his little club of fellow murderers one by one, and now only a handful remain. But episode 8, charmingly titled "The Kill Room Where It Happens," throws us a curveball. It looks like one of Dexter's prey might have slipped through his blood-stained fingers, and if there's one thing we know about Michael C. Hall's Dexter Morgan, is that this man doesn't quit. But before we continue, quick shameless plug. If you're enjoying this breakdown, smash the subscribe button, toss a like, drop a comment, and if you're feeling generous, consider joining the channel membership. It keeps me caffeinated enough to keep theorizing at 3 AM. Now, back to it. So, who's the slippery little fish that got away? None other than Al Jolly, aka Rapunzel, played by Eric Stonestreet. He's Dexter's next target, but just as Dexter sharpens his knives figuratively and literally, Al calls with a plot twist. He's leaving New York, heading back home to Wisconsin. Family obligation, he says. Dexter, absolutely gutted. It's like someone pulled the rug out from under him mid-stab. But don't worry, if there's one thing more inevitable than Dexter finding his next victim, it's that Rapunzel's time on this earth is ticking down. Now, here's where things get really juicy. Wisconsin of all places. Longtime Dexter fans will immediately feel that nostalgia tingle because this isn't just cheese country, it's LUMEN territory. Yes, Julia Stiles' LUMEN Pierce from season 5. Remember her? She was saved by Dexter from Boyd Fowler and later tortured by Jordan Chase and his twisted little club. That trauma bonded her to Dexter in a way no one else had been before. She knew his truth, she accepted it, she even helped him kill, but unlike Dexter, once the blood debts were settled, LUMEN realized her darkness wasn't permanent, and she walked away, back to the Midwest, back to her family in Minneapolis, and if you recall, her ex-fiancé Owen once mentioned their little weekend beer runs to Wisconsin since Minneapolis didn't sell beer on Sundays. Translation: Wisconsin was basically in her backyard. So Al, our ponytail collecting creeper, just happens to hail from the exact same hunting ground? Coincidence or setup? Let's play with the possibilities. Scenario 1. Dexter eventually follows Al to Wisconsin, he's stalking his prey, business as usual, and bam! He bumps into LUMEN, maybe in a grocery store aisle, awkward eye contact over a carton of eggs. That one moment would be enough to remind Dexter and us that there's still someone out there who knows exactly who he is. She's not a threat, yet. But people change, don't they? Scenario 2. LUMEN crosses paths with Al. Remember, Rapunzel lures women on trails, fakes an injury, then strangles them and keeps their ponytails as trophies. And yes, LUMEN was very much a ponytail kind of woman. Picture her now, suburban housewife jogging while the kids were at school. Suddenly, Al tries his move, but LUMEN isn't the same helpless victim she once was. Maybe she fights back, maybe she kills him. Imagine Dexter discovering DNA evidence linking the kill to her. How wild would that be? Scenario 3, and this is a long shot, but bear with me. LUMEN isn't just living nearby, she's Al's wife. She ditched Miami, started over with a new identity, and somehow ended up with the worst possible marriage. This one's a stretch, I know, but hey, stranger twists have happened in Dexter's world. Now, before we get too deep down the LUMEN rabbit hole, let's remember, this might all just be coincidence. Clyde Phillips, the current showrunner, basically erased everything post-season 4 when he came back. He's ignored whole arcs like Dr. Vogel as if they never happened, so Wisconsin could just be Wisconsin. But fans haven't forgotten. They've been begging for Julia Stiles' return, and what better way to reward them than with a cameo or maybe even a full-on reintroduction. Meanwhile, Dexter's juggling more than just Rapunzel. Angel Batista is closing in, Claudette Wallace is starting to connect the dots, Leon Prater knows far too much, and Charlie, she's basically a walking lie detector with zero patience for Dexter's excuses. Oh, and let's not forget the looming mystery of the New York Ripper, which we'll almost certainly see unmasked before the season ends. So where does this leave us? Simple, Al Jolly might have escaped this time, but Dexter has a way of collecting debts later. Wisconsin feels like unfinished business, and if that unfinished business brings him face to face with Lumen Pierce, that's not just a kill room, that's a fan service goldmine.